think we can get started. Yeah, first of all, thanks for coming. This is for monetize your casual HTML5 games on Celer's existing production blockchain-based mobile esports platform. I know the name is a little bit long, but bear with me. The whole thing will be very simple. And I have a few slides, but after that, it will be kind of a live demo to show you, as a CelerX developer, what would the experience be. Right? And I'm Junda. I'm co-founder and CTO of the Celer network. So first of all, what do we do? When you go check Celer network, you might get a little bit confusing because we have this underlying layer 2 state channel. We work with L4 counterfactual together for the standardization. And you also see this CelerX, which actually looks less like a blockchain app, but more like a gaming app, right? So it's actually pretty simple. We started as the layer 2 scaling project. The goal is simple. We want to scale all blockchains. And after several iterations of the protocol of the implementation, quickly we kind of reached a production level, say, oh, we have the thing done. The system is there. What's the next question we need to answer is, what do you do with it? So basically, we get all the benefit of instant finality, zero transaction fee, zero latency, everything coming from blockchain. But the next question people ask, what's the real world use case, right? You might have heard a lot of people talking about, oh, DeFi or whatever. But for us, we kind of say, oh, there is a vertical that can significantly benefit from the technology we have built is the mobile games. To be more precise, is the CelerX. Now we are branding it as CelerX. You can see on the screen. It gives the user the seamless experience, just like playing a normal game. But underlying, it's our accelerated blockchain technology. Right? So that's the power. And we kind of say, hey, esports itself is already a proven model. Right? We don't have to convince people, say, hey, esports is a valid business model. It's already proven. Right? People see Fortnite, people see League of Legends. And we say, hey, we want to bring to mobile to make it even the casual game developer, like independent game developer, instead of the deep pocket game studios. Even the individual developers can benefit from this system. And it turns out it's actually been pretty good. This actually is the old number. I didn't get the latest number yet, but next time we'll definitely refresh this page with much, much higher numbers. Like I think in the past week alone, we already have more than 100,000 new games gets played. Right? So this is all the power that benefits from the layer 2 scaling solution Celer has already running in production on Ethereum. And this map is one of my favorites, actually, to really see the potential of blockchain. Right? So if you think about, I think there are some number Facebook put out, say, hey, there are still like almost 3 billion people are still unbanked. Basically, they cannot access the financial system the people in developed countries have been used to, right? Take it for granted. And if you see, this map clearly shows because blockchain is truly a global thing, as long as you have internet access, you can benefit from the system. Actually, a fun fact is several of our most active users are actually coming from Madagascar. Right? So if you think about, that's something kind of really hits me, oh, this actually makes sense. At the same time, we always position ourselves as the platform provider. We never want to say, oh, we want to become a game studio or something, right? We have a few games, kind of a showcase to tell people how you can make it work. But fundamentally, we want to pitch to the, for example, the typical game developer community to say, hey, this is a completely new way to monetize your game. Right? I think, if you have some knowledge about how games today make money, especially on mobile, either the in-app purchase or it's ads, right? Both of them hurt the user experience. Right? For some developers, it's actually a really hard choice for them. They still need to make a living, but at the same time, they want to have a high-quality, polished game that players enjoy. And for us, we basically say, you don't have to sacrifice, right? As long as your game is a good game, people love playing that, and people can build up the skills using your game, that's the revenue share model the Celer provides to the developer. And to really make it down to the bottom simple. That's the API, for a simple solo game you need to do. Like, let's assume you have an existing game. We always say 2 lines of code. That's it. And then I will show you later the whole end-to-end flow. You can download our production app, scan a special QR code showing on your developer portal, and you have it. Your game, you can test it, and then the next thing is the games will be under review, and then we'll publish on our production app. Right? And I might skip a little bit too fast. I forgot if I have this number here. So now our monthly active players is around like 15K. This is kind of not a big number in the traditional sense. But if you think about in the blockchain community, right, this actually is pretty surprising numbers. Yeah, so that's basically our pitch for more like the gaming vertical. But remember, underlying our platform is still there, right? So that's why we also have open more like, you could say, less about the use case, less about the gaming use case, but more for like your flexibility to say DeFi, prediction market, whatever you want to do, or even say protect the user privacy when they do like a decentralized exchanges, right? So that's our web SDK. You can also go and take a look. It definitely will require a little more experience, like not only JavaScript. You have to be aware of some of the solidity. And don't worry about we do have a very well-written documentation and also a sample solidity plus off-chain code you can take a look on our GitHub. Yeah, this part is talking about the smart contract code, the full protocol specification, and all the samples project you can take a look at are all open source. This is really, I would say, not for typical developers, but this actually is really more on the hack level, 9,000 level. The thing here is that underneath Celer, we build it with the extensible architecture in mind. So basically, first it's a layered architecture, and then you can plug and play different, completely different primitives. Think about how internet works, right? You have this IP layer. Then on top of it, you can have TCP, UDP, and some other streaming, transport protocol. Then on top of that, you can build application. Very similar here. But again, right? Honestly speaking, we don't expect, within 36 hours, someone can really get something like really hardcore like this done. But again, right? I would be super happy if someone figured this out. Yeah. This is more like say, I'm not even satisfied with the simple state channel. I want to build my own things. Right? That you can still do that on top of the Celer system. Yeah, I think this slide is about we are the official sponsor for the ETHGlobal. In almost every event, we'll go with our team members and to help developers answer their questions, and also we get the awards, right? So this is for this hackathon, the awards we set up. Yeah, I think that's all for the slides. I'll just show you something really quick. I think I still have almost 20 minutes. So first, yeah, I already have this local in my. I just try Chrome. GitHub CelerX. What is a sample? Where is the sample then? CelerX example Go Celer. Here, just clone the project. There are 2 branches. One is master. That is a vanilla HTML5 game. And then this one is answer. And I want to show you is that literally the difference between, yeah, there are some other random things, but the only thing that matters is here. Yes. Index. You search for Celer. This line, this code scenario, just make it bigger. CelerX.onStart. You will reset the game, and you call CelerX.getMatch to get all the matching information that's needed to be provided to your game, and then you call CelerX.ready. That's it. So and that starts the game already. And then after game is done, you have another thing called submit score, right? Here. Just take a quick look, and I will show you after this. Let's say you take a game or whatever, you already have a game, or you develop a new like interesting HTML5 games. And with these lines of code, it's already ready. It's already can be published on CelerX platform. And now we switch to the developer portal. Per.CelerX. Integrate now. And you say, I want to create a new game, right? Just give it a name. Let's say ETHWaterloo demo. Subtitle CelerX. Description. I think these are optional, right? Device orientation. This is landscape. Pick a primary color. This is more for the UI to show and make it more pretty. And here you have the choice. Yes, I did just show you the simpler like solo game. So it simply say the game does not require a player-to-player interaction. You just play within the game. After that, you have a score. You just compare the score. If you select solo game, then you have a choice. Is it high score wins or low score wins? Yeah. And then you're done. Next step is, I think someone already went through the process, right? So you can skip all this and just make sure you upload the game assets, Yeah. If you want to get a sense of it, I will just try to drag the open dot. This does it. Okay, looks like it's done. Go test it on CelerX. You see the QR code, right? And then you download, say, the CelerX app on either Android or iOS. I cannot present this, right? So, but going to the CelerX app, on the right top corner, there is a very subtle scanner. Now you can see you are being switched to the developer mode, okay? I think you can see my screen. So basically, that's the whole flow. And then sometimes it takes a few minutes for the backend to get completely in sync with the assets and resources, but that's it. That's basically, after that's done, yeah. You can see I tapped loading. I think now it's pretty quick. You can see you can already test your game with mainnet tokens. This is DAI and Celer. Yeah. And you can play with your friends. You can try to do a public matching, which will be, you have to have other people scan as well, or you can do a private match. Basically, create another QR code for your friend to scan. Yeah. Yeah. So I think that's basically it. For people who want to be a little bit more into the advanced space, this is a solo game, right? We also support the generic state channel turn-based game. So basically, you still need to write your own smart contracts in Solidity. But then again, remember this website, the developer.celerx.app. All the detailed walkthrough tutorials for solo game and also for turn-based games are all here. And they also include a link to the to the GitHub project you can download as a starting point. Basically, we have this, the whole skeleton. Everything is already set up. You just need to fill in your own logic. Right? So I think that's the whole point, what we are trying to make the developer, especially coming to hackathons. I know everyone is kind of short on time, so make sure it's more efficient for you. And also hoping everyone can spend minimal effort fighting with infrastructure. Right? Basically focus more on your own innovative ideas, less about how do I configure this gRPC endpoint. Right? So I think I've been there. Like I kind of get the enough of it. Say, why can't we do better for developers? So basically, that's our answer for the hackathon hackers. And our booth is near the entrance. We'll have people there answer questions. And also, if you do not want to walk over because it's too cold, you just send a message on Discord. Yeah. Okay. Any question? No. Good. Yeah. Just happy hacking. Thanks.